Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Monday morning, October the 24th, 2011. I'm Martez, your brother, cousin, uncle, best friend, co-worker, castmate, neighbor, everything wrapped up into one. Thank you so much for coming to dmartez.com to hear today's show. I'm your source for information, inspiration, and laughter. Hope you had a great weekend. Remember this day, because you're alive. Because you can see, you can hear, you can walk, you can move. So much to be thankful for. Today is going to be the best day of your life. Something good will happen to you today. It's Music Monday here on the Martez Show. So I'm going to tell you how different artists are doing on the charts. Also, I'll tell you about the voting turnout here in Louisiana. The lowest ever. Reverend Al Sharpton calls Tyler Perry critics proper Negroes. And remember the group B2K, the member Lil Fizz, who has that weed shop in California? Well, he's denying it. He's saying it's not true. So, all of that and more. First, I want to get it kicked off with a personal birthday shout out. Happy birthday to Talaya Sanford Jones. And if you know Talaya, text her, call her, email her, tweet her. Happy birthday. She's a classmate of mine from high school. Her and Kevin Jones, high school sweetheart. How nice is that? So movies over the weekend, the box office. I'll give you the top five. Number 5, The Ides of March, earned $4.9 million. Number 4, The Three Musketeers, $8.8 million. Number 3, Footloose, $10.8 million. Number 2, Real Steel, $11.3 million. And the number 1 movie, no surprise here, Paranormal Activity 3, $54 million at the box office. So a lot of people wanted to be scared. Don Harris, Paramount Pictures president, said that this installment did so well because it's actually the best movie of the 3. He noted that it appealed to an older crowd with 47% over the age of 25 compared to 40% for Paranormal Activity 2. So a lot of people went to see Paranormal Activity and they got scared. And I got word that it's pretty scary. I didn't go and see it yet. I may not. The Saints beat the Colts in a record-breaking fashion. The final score was Saints 62 and the Colts 7. Drew Brees completed 31 of 35 passes for 325 yards and 5 touchdowns. For the first time as a head coach, Sean Payton watched the game up in the coach's booth where he could sit comfortably with his broken left leg propped up. So definitely a massacre there. Like, I just turned the game off. I was like, the Colts just need to go home. I mean, are they even playing? LSU stomped Auburn 45-10. LSU's next game is Saturday, November the 5th against Alabama, and it's a primetime game set to air at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on CBS, so that's going to be a big one. Southern University did not play this past weekend, but their band did play for the halftime show at the Saints game, so that was really good. The voting turnout here in Louisiana, the lowest ever. Only about a third of Louisianians voted in this past election on Saturday. 1 million of Louisiana's 2.8 million registered voters went to the polls, the fewest number of voters to cast ballots in a governor's race since Louisiana switched to the open primary system in 1975. Governor Bobby Jindal got 66% of the vote in a 10-candidate field. And it's not really more that you can say about that, except that I cried. And it was not tears of joy. You better believe that. Okay, so who has the number 1 album in the country? Yeah, rock group Evanescence. Some of you are like, who are they? Well, they have the number 1 album in the country. And the number 1 song in the country, she's still holding strong. It's Adele, Someone Like You, right here on the Martez Show. It's Music Monday.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best of you too. Don't forget me, I think.
Adele, Someone Like You. Adele is very, very talented, and she's doing her thing. February is going to be National Adele Month for the Grammys, because I just know that she's going to rack up tremendously. So Reverend Al Sharpton calls Tyler Perry critics proper Negroes. Yeah, let me work on it. I need to be proper. Excuse me. Tyler Perry. Reverend Al Sharpton's National Action Network honored actor, producer, and director Tyler Perry on Wednesday at their Triumph Awards. Sharpton would call Tyler Perry's critics proper Negroes who don't understand regular black folk. Now, the Washington Post reports Sharpton said Perry has given work to many black actors who have been ignored by Hollywood and has created an empire on his own terms. The ultimate pride is where you don't have to bend and adjust for others to accept you. He didn't go mainstream, he brought mainstream to us. Now, Perry said black people first gave him success, and he has sought to tell his community stories. He accused his critics of trying to remove themselves from their roots. Wow, so Tyler Perry is saying that some of us as black folks, we're removing ourselves from our roots. He went on to say, I stayed with who we are, and what I wish I could get us to understand as a people is that instead of getting your education and running from us, you need to be grounded and root yourself in who we are. Every other culture in this country knows the value of us as black people, but we don't know it ourselves. And that's what Tyler Perry said. So, I got that statement posted right here on the site. And today's poll question is, do you agree or disagree with Tyler Perry's statement? And then you can post a comment and tell why and what you think about that one. Yeah, pretty interesting statement there. The number one R&B song in the country is Lil Wayne, She Will. So featuring Drake, and that's expected. You know, Lil Wayne is definitely a chart topper. The number one gospel song in the country is none other than Ernest Pugh, and it's I Need Your Glory. Ernest Pugh, I Need Your Glory, right here on the Martez Show. It's Music Monday.
I want your glory, less of me and more of you is what I need. Show me your glory and show me your power. Less of me and more of you is what I need. I need your glory. I want your glory. Less of me, and more of you is what I need. Show me your glory. Show me your power. Less of me and more of you.
Okay, so do you remember the group B2K? Remember they were under the direction of P. Diddy, and they had their big song, Let Me See Your Bump, 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 Bump. Well, one of the ex-members of B2K, his name is Lil Fizz, owned a weed shop, a marijuana shop in California. Well, new reports have come out. He's denying owning this shop, and I'll tell you what he says in a minute. But it's Music Monday here on the Martez Show, so more music. This is Estelle featuring Rick Ross. This is Break My Heart.
'Cause I just wanna love you, baby. I don't wanna waste no time. Wanna be your only one, baby. Please don't break my heart.
Black linen, tinted Escalade with a made man in it. Rose gold shades with the rose lenses. Pink champagne and the flow so endless. All I seek is perfection. Ain't no secrets, I'ma eat that for breakfast. Keep it close to me like lyrics she spoke to me. In the middle of the winter, summer, little close to me.
All these stars out, and these people know my name. I can be so pretentious, but he likes me all the same. And these lights are glowing, but he don't want them. He'd rather chill and hold me.
Estelle and Rick Ross, please don't break my heart. And I like that track. The track is hot. Rick Ross does it justice. Estelle, great vocals there. So hats off to them on that one. Okay, so back to the B2K member, Lil Fizz. So basically what happened? Well, the state of California is suing him. The state is asking him to pay about $2,500 a day in fines from July 2010 until now. And the total averages out to more than $1 million and another possible $750,000 in law enforcement costs. But sources close to Fizz told TMZ he got out of the pot business in 2008, so they say the state is barking up the wrong tree. Now, I'm told people close to Fizz have contacted the state, and authorities are now on a hunt for the real owners, but so far, Lil Fizz is still named as the defendant. So, I hope everything gets worked out with Lil Fizz. Lil Fizz was with B2K, and they just fizzed on out. Bump, bump, bump. So, let me see you bump, bump, bump. The state wants you to pay, pay, pay. You gotta pay to puff, Lil Fizz. I want to give a special congratulations right now to my pastor's son. His name is D. Montrell. And D. Montrell is a gospel artist. He's a minister. And yesterday at church, he got a promotion. He's been promoted to assistant pastor. Yeah, so big honor for D. Montrell. D. Montrell, don't get mad at me. I think D. Montrell is about 27 years old, if I'm not mistaken. But he's a really cool guy, very laid back, down to earth, friendly, just the same. And I've played his music on the show before. He represents the body of Christ and, Christianity just very, very well. Make sure you go to his site. It's dmontrell.com. This is one of my favorite songs by him. It's He Can Do It. Because yes, definitely, God can do it. Whatever you need him to do. He can do it. D. Montrell. Right here on the D. Martez Morning Show. It's Music Monday.
I was in the fast lane, nothing looking right, searching everywhere but on the inside of me, yeah. I can feel me breaking down, breaking down. So I pick my head up, vision so much better. Drop those burdens, now we're gonna stand up. Pick your head up, you can see much better. Drop those burdens, now come on and stand up. Be something we can do it, be something we can do it. Dream something we can do it, speak something we can do it. We can do it, yeah. Be something we can do it, be something we can do it. Dream something we can do it, speak something we can do it. We can do it, yeah. We can. Come on and help me say we can.
Okay, well, hope you enjoyed the D. Martez Show today, Music Monday. Have a great day. Remember that, it's not that bad. Expect greatness. Expect the best, and you'll receive the best. Always have a positive attitude, no matter what you're going through. You can follow me on Twitter at D_Martez, or like my Facebook fan page. Find me, D.Martez. Thank you so much for coming to the site. Thank you for listening to the show. I appreciate you. Make sure you answer that poll question about Tyler Perry, and I'll return to you midweek Wednesday. Remember, D. Martez, I love you listening.
Something we can do it, be something we can do it. Dream something we can do it, speak something we can do it.